Hello there, beautiful souls. So today we're doing a pick a card reading on what people think of you. So I have 3 piles. For pile number 1, I have this cat pendant here. For pile number 2, I have this cross. And for pile number 3, I have this ring here. So go ahead and choose your pile. Timestamps are down below, and I will see you in a moment. Bye now. Hello there, beautiful pile number 1, and if you chose this cat pendant, then this reading is for you. Pile number 1, what do people think of you? Pile 1, what do people think of you? You got Dawn 1, spotlights your positive seductive qualities. Shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Okay, so I'm seeing that people see you as a very flirty, sexy person. So you can be very physically attractive. You can sort of have that allure to you. You're very good at getting romantic partners. You're good with your words. You're good at flirting. You might be very romantic. You might just have that sensual quality to you. You might dress or just act in a very sexy way, or that's what they think. I'm hearing the word alluring, so they see you as very alluring. What else? What do people think about pile number 1? They might see you as a player. That doesn't have to be true. Again, this is what people think. They might think it's easy for you to get romantic partners. I'm hearing non-committal as well, so they might see you as somebody who sort of hops from one romantic partner to the next. Again, that might not be true for everybody, and again, this is just an opinion of what people think, so it doesn't have to be true. Next, we have Monk Nun, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Shadow attributes, negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. I don't know what that means. So this is sort of like an opposite message. So maybe you're a very balanced person, or maybe people sort of have polar opposite views on you. So people see you as very connected to the divine. They might see you as very religious, or that you believe in God and that you go to church and that you participate in that. It might just be that people see you as spiritual, or that they think you are spiritual. For some of you, it's more of a lady in the streets, freak in the sheets sort of deal. So this might be a romantic partner and what they think of you, or a past romantic partner or an ex. They see you as that you're very able to balance being sexy, but also being, they see that you can balance being sexy as well as being modest. So they see you as being sexy and being able to balance that with being modest. You know when to do both. Next, you have Pioneer, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Shadow attribute, compulsive need to keep moving on. So yeah, as I saw before, some people do see you as non-committal. They see that you are able to jump from one relationship to the next without really a second thought. You like to explore, you like to try new things. This could be in your romantic relationships or just in general with passions, careers, friendships even, places that you're living. You might be the type of person who's sort of always on the go and doesn't commit to one thing. I'm also seeing that people see you as very creative. They see you as a person who can spread love and compassion wherever they go. You're very caring. You see the world differently than other people, is what people think. They see that you have a different perspective than other people that they know. You're very unique, I'm hearing. And that might be because you are spiritual. So they might think that you're just a spiritual person who can sort of see that higher perspective and see things from a whole different light. What else? What do people think about pile number 1? So you got the Hermit. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. Shadow attributes: withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. Seeing definitely more of the positive attributes of this one. So people might see you as a person who likes to spend time alone, who knows how to take time to themselves and recoup. They might see you as a bit of an introvert. And again, I'm seeing that they see you as a creative person. So somebody who possibly enjoys the arts, or just, again, has that different perspective on things. I'm hearing that people see that you have a good imagination. Okay, so we also got Damsel, and this one came out in reverse, so we're going to focus on the shadow attributes. So the light attributes, which could apply to, are understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspires you to rely on yourself. The shadow attributes, which we're going to focus more on, are waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. Oh, so I'm getting 2 messages. So I'm getting that people might see you, I'm hearing they see you as a trap, which is interesting. So this might be a romantic interest or an ex, or even just somebody who just couldn't have you. Maybe someone got rejected by you. Most likely someone who got rejected by you. But they see you as like a person who, you seem good, you're very alluring, people want to be in a relationship with you, they want you romantically, but they feel like if they went for that you would sort of cling on to them and not allow them to get away. Yeah, this really sounds like it's the other person's problem who's thinking about this. It sounds like they might be a non-committal person, and maybe they're feeling conflicted about, because they've chosen to live this non-committal lifestyle, but you are tempting them. That's what I'm hearing, temptation. Hey, that one's interesting. Okay, but also with the Damsel card, I'm seeing that some people might just see you as helpless, innocent, naive. They might think that you're very young. Again, just because these came out as negative doesn't mean that they're true at all. This is, again, what people think about you. Some people feel like you can't handle yourself, or they just feel called to protect and to rescue you in some way. They feel like they have to protect you. They feel like they need to keep you safe. Like you have that innocent energy of you that, you know, you just want to pinch their cheeks, or you just want to coddle them in some way because they think that you're so, yeah, I'm hearing that they think you're cute. They think you're innocent. Some people, because of this, end up thinking that you're incapable as well. Again, that doesn't mean it's true. It's what people think. Some people think that you're still learning as well, that they feel called to teach you, they feel called to help you in some way. Okay, what else? What else do people think about pile number 1? Ooh. We got Avenger. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. So this one, we're going to focus more on the positive attributes, or the light attributes. And yeah, people see you as a very balanced person. Again, I'm getting that especially with these 2 cards. Again, that you might be a person who is like sweet and innocent and kind one moment, and then the next year, like you got all this sex appeal and you're seductive, and yeah, I'm hearing that that's very attractive to somebody who's thinking about you. They're so attractive to that. Like she's sweet, she's nice, and then all of a sudden she's so sexy. Oh, I heard female empowerment as well. So maybe there's even a woman who looks up to you. If you are a female, you have a female friend who looks up to you because you have that feminine empowerment. Like you're sweet, you're innocent, you have that, but like you're not always that, and they think that that's super cool. Seeing that people think that you are a person who who wants to help people, who wants justice, who wants fairness for all. You're the type of person who will stick up for other people. I heard you help the underdog, or that you're always rooting for the underdog. I just heard that, like, if you're watching a TV show and you see that there's like kind of one person on that TV show who, you know, the rest of the people don't like you're the person who's like, no, I'm rooting for that person, you know, just because they're the person who isn't the favorite. You might be the type of person who sort of shares the opposite perspective to things. So again, like, people see that you have a higher perspective. So like, if somebody shares a really bold opinion and you think like it's really far to one side, you might be the type of person who sort of just automatically shares kind of the opposite opinion, or the parts that they might not be seeing. Because you want to be fair, you want to be equal, you want to be in balance, you want everything in your life to be in balance. You might be a person who doesn't really conform to a society. So just because people think a certain way or want to act a certain way, you don't feel like you need to conform to that, and you don't feel like anybody else does either, and you try to help empower people to not have to follow that. You might be the type of person who does go to protests, or does get very vocal on social media, or just talking to your friends against certain things in society. I'm hearing that you might be a person with a cause, and this cause could literally be anything, but I'm hearing it definitely has to do with social behavior. So like, an example is, you know, there's people online who feel like they need to stick up for the autistic community, and they say that, you know, the autistic community shouldn't have to mask themselves all the time, they shouldn't have to conform to all of these social behaviors because that's the normal. If they're more comfortable acting and being a certain way, you know, why are we forcing them to comply and to change if that's completely uncomfortable and unnatural for them? And if what they're doing isn't actually hurting or causing harm to anybody, why don't we just allow them to be, instead of forcing them to change to fit our social norms? That's just one example. Like I said, it's going to apply very differently for every single person, but you might be one of those people who, when you see things like that, you stand up and say, hey, just because it's a social norm doesn't mean we have to follow that. Not everybody is like that. Okay, pile 1. What else do people think about you? What do people think about pile number 1? We've got judgment, higher self. So some people might think that you are a bit critical and that you are judgmental. Again, that doesn't mean it's true. You just, you might be a person who doesn't really sugarcoat, says things the way that they are, and that's why you appear judgmental. You might have a lot of opinions on things, so that could be why. I'm hearing that you might actually genuinely judge society norms, like I just said. If you find somebody who really like puts themselves into that box and then demeans others because they don't fit into the box that they want to fit into, you're the type of person who will sort of judge the bad guy kind of thing, or like the bad guy in your eyes. So an example is if like you don't agree with gossip and you see someone who's doing a lot of gossip, you might sort of like unconsciously judge that person. Again, it doesn't have to be true. This just might be how people see you. They might see you as a person who really like judges other people for gossiping, or judges people for doing things that are just like perceived as bad. So again, like even with the monk nun, I'm seeing like you might be a person who might appear to be very good, very pure, very kind. And so people sort of automatically think that you're judging anybody who doesn't act like you. People see you as a person with high standards. So the people see you as a person who doesn't just let anybody be their friend. And when they do accept somebody in their life, or they do accept somebody to be their friend, they have standards on that. So yeah, I'm really seeing like just like a really pure-hearted individual who is like actually very genuinely kind, and it's kind of odd to see this judgmental card here. So I don't really think that you are judgmental. I really think that this is sort of an illusion that other people have, and it might even stem from their own jealousy and their own insecurities, and it might just be because you keep yourself at this higher standard for yourself. And you choose not to bring other people down, and you choose not to follow society norms that aren't good for you, and you choose not to make other people have to follow those society norms that you think are harmful to them. And because you're doing all of this, like, great things, and like you're choosing to be a good person, you're choosing to set yourself to sort of a higher standard than what is society norms right now, people assume that you must be judging everybody else, and that's why. But again, that doesn't mean it's true. I'm seeing that you guys are probably very nice people, and even if you do have those judgments, they're not like bad judgments. They're just like, I prefer to spend time with people who are being kind and nice because I'm choosing to be kind and nice, and I think I deserve people like that in my life. We also got grace. So yeah, people see you as very graceful, very, like, funnily enough, they might think that you secretly judge people, but like, it's definitely not outwardly. Like, they don't think that you're sitting there talking about people. They don't think that you're sitting there bringing people down. Because in the external, they see you as this graceful, this kind, this nice person. I'm seeing someone who's very light, very innocent, very loving, and seeing that you bring peace wherever you go. So you're actually a person who, yeah, I'm seeing that you empathize with everybody. So if someone's going through something, you're going to empathize with that person. If somebody's trying to bring somebody else down, you're going to empathize with the person that they're trying to bring down. But like, not in a conflicting way where you're starting arguments or things are like all fiery, just in a very peaceful way. This might also be different people too. It might just be that there are certain groups of people who do see you as judgmental, but the people that do matter and the people that do belong in your life are the ones that see you as more graceful. So it could just be different opinions for different groups of people. What else? We got shame. So some people might see that you might think that you are insecure, or that you're carrying shame, or that you've like been through a lot. Maybe you've been shamed by other people. This could even be like a story you actually tell people, you know, I've gone through shame, I've gone through this hardship, and so that's why people think this of you. For other of you people, yeah, people might think that you're insecure, or that you've been bullied or been brought down in some way. Yeah, I'm seeing that some people just see you as not as confident. Again, that doesn't mean it's true. That's just an opinion that some people have. And again, with that protective sort of damsel energy, people feel like I need to protect you. I need to sort of bring you up to make you feel good. People feel like they want to nurture you. Okay, pile 1. What do people think about you? We got the 8 of Swords in reverse. I'm going to take a couple more of the tarot before I read them. What do people think about pile number 1? Queen of Voices. Oh, I love those ravens in that picture. Ace of Materials. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so I'm seeing people see you as a person who doesn't allow themselves to get stuck in situations. When things aren't serving you anymore, or things aren't working out anymore, you're the type to move on from them. I'm seeing that people also see you as a person who, like I said before, they do see you as a person who tells it like it is. You're very honest. You're very clear with the way you say things. You're a good speaker. I'm seeing that can come off a bit cold to some people. But for the most part, people just see it as honest and refreshing. Like, you're not a person who's sugarcoating your messages. You're not a person who, you're not a person who is confusing. You're very clear. People understand you. And again, with all this energy of this nice, innocent, peaceful, calm, very happy energy, I'm not seeing that this is probably going to come across in the wrong way for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to see the good in this. You've got such a kind energy. It's hard to take a message in the wrong way when it comes from that kind of energy. But again, this could be different people. So maybe one person takes it the wrong way, but the people that you actually want to keep in your life and the people that you actually have around are the people that do see you in that peaceful, kind energy, and who, when they speak things, they know that you're just being true and honest, and you're not trying to bring them down. You're not trying to be cold. People see you as refreshing. So they see you as this new energy. People see you as a new beginning. You represent a new way of living, a different way of living. People, again, they see you as very young. They see you as like in the beginning of your journey. That might be true, that might not. They see you as a person who is not afraid to go after new opportunities. When things don't work out, you have your eyes set on something else already and you're ready to go after that. Yeah, it's so funny. It's like I'm getting opposite messages for a lot of things. I know in the beginning I said that like there's somebody who thinks that you might be a bit clingy or might get them trapped, but then I see that that a lot of people see you as a person who is able to move on easily and be free. So I guess it depends on the people and on the person. People see you as a person who attracts abundance, who goes after what they want in life, who goes after what will bring them prosperity. And some people, again, see you as not seeing things clearly, as I'm hearing being living in an illusion. Yeah, people see you as somebody who's living in their fantasy world, who doesn't see things clearly. Again, I don't think that's true at all of you. I think that this is coming because you're a person who isn't afraid to break those society norms and change the way sort of that you choose to live your life, and you're not confined to society norms. I think that those who are confined to society norms might end up sort of having this opinion of you that you're just in an illusion, because that's sort of the fear within themselves. They believed all their life that if they were to go after their dreams, they were to go after what they wanted, that it would just be like a pipe dream, like they wouldn't get what they want, they would fail, and they realize that they should have stuck with something stable. Whereas you're a person who's actually going after what they want and actually doing what they want. So there are some people around you who think that you just don't see things clearly, but I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just saying that somebody just has their own issues and they project that onto you, which is unfortunate, but there are some people that think that way. Okay, so I'm going to get a little information on who these people are that are thinking about you. So who are they? So who was thinking about you? So yeah, definitely somebody in your life who doesn't have your best interest at heart was thinking about you. This or another energy could be a female. There is at least one female energy thinking about you. This person is very... Okay, so I'm getting... This could be the same energy or it could be different energies, but there is a female energy who's thinking about you. This person could be spiritual and is a very unique person, so they're different than the norm. They might be an anxious person or a person who is financially stable and goes after their finances and career. I'm seeing someone who could be loving and nurturing, and somebody who's, very stuck in their ways, very resistant to change. And again, somebody who doesn't have your best interest at heart or isn't that good for you. So these could be different people, these could be same people. And then I'm just going to take some letters so that we have a little bit more information on who you can be. Okay, who's thinking about you? So again, these letters could be in their name, or they could be the beginning of their name or their last name. Take it as it resonates. So we've got an H, an N, an A, an R, an X, a Z, and a J. So the names I'm hearing are Harry, Hannah, Harvey, Rachel, Austin, I got the name Raj, Noah, Naz, or any name that begins with Naz, Ron, Ronald, Aria, or any name that begins with AR, John, Joseph, Jonah, or again, any names that start with those letters or have those initials in them. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that message. Bye now. Hello, beautiful pile number 2, and if you chose this cross, then this reading is for you. Pile 2, what do people think about you? Pile 2, what do people think about you? We've got child nature, friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits, shadow attributes, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. So I'm not hearing the shadow attributes for this one at all. People think that you are good with animals, that you like trees, that you like nature. You might even have a pet rabbit. You're very kind, very nurturing, very childlike too. So this doesn't necessarily mean immature. It could just be young, youthful. Just have that energy about you. I'm also hearing that they might see you as sort of like with shamanic tendencies. It's a weird thing to say. So you might like to do nature rituals. You might be, your family might come from a tribe that you still do rituals from. You might have Aboriginal heritage, that sort of thing. And then we got Judge, but we got it in reverse, so we're going to focus on the shadow attributes. So light attributes were balancing justice and compassion, managing fair distribution of power. Shadow attributes were offering only destructive criticisms, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. So again, this doesn't have to be true. This is a what people think about you reading, but there is somebody who thinks that you... So somebody that thinks that you might be overly critical and judgmental, might be harsh with your words, or you might be a person who says it like it is, and this person just kind of takes it the wrong way. Or you might be a person who does talk about other people a lot and might talk about them in critical ways or holds really strong opinions about other people. I'm also seeing like some of you guys, I'm hearing some people think that you might do something illegal, or that you might take advantage in some way so for example, like if you own a business, you might be a person who is completely okay with like underpaying your staff. That's a really out there example. But like, yeah, I'm hearing that you might be a person who, they might see you as a person who either takes advantage or does something shady or illegal even. I'm hearing under the table, so maybe you make money under the table in some way and you don't report your taxes. It could literally be anything, but somebody sees you as a person who is a bit sneaky with the way that they make money, is what I'm hearing. We also got King, and this one came up upright, so we'll focus on the light attributes. Enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Shadow attributes, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. So people see you as a good leader. Yeah, we're getting such opposite messages here. Strange. Okay. Anyways, yeah, people see you as a good leader. You might be a boss. You might help people in some way. But yeah, people see you as a good leader. What else do people think about pile number 2? So we've got addict, and this one came up in reverse. So helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes, compromises integrity and honesty, allows addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So people see that you are, that you might be addicted to something that's not helping you right now. It doesn't have to be super complicated. Maybe you smoke, maybe you engage in recreational drugs sometimes, or you drink, or, you know, it could be anything. Again, this is what people think. So people think you're addicted, but maybe you're just having fun every now and then. Or people think that your smoking is a really huge problem, but maybe it's not a huge deal for you right now. Or again, it doesn't even have to be in that field. Like, people could also just see you overeating or think that you're a person who maybe has an eating disorder when you don't. Sky is the limit. I would say that almost every single person on this earth has gone through some kind of addiction, even if it's something that we don't typically see as an addiction. I think everybody goes through it at some point, and that could just be something that people are thinking about you right now. Also, addiction to work is a very real addiction as well. You could be an overworker, somebody spends a lot of time at work. Again, this is just somebody else's opinion. We also got advocate, inspires you to put compassion into action. So some people see you as a very compassionate person who has sort of a passion project or something that they want to advocate for. People see you as compassionate. They see you as helping the underdog. They see you as somebody who will always help those people in need. If you see somebody who's hurting, who's not doing well, you're going to be the person who jumps in and helps. This is so funny. It's like we jump from positive message to negative message to positive message. So I don't know if these are different people or if people just have a very balanced view of you. They just know, they know what your good parts are, they know what parts you're struggling with, and they've just got a very clear view on what that is. None of these things are bad things either, even if they are true of you. Right, we all have challenges that we go through, and that's absolutely okay. These are just the things that people are thinking about you right now, though, so it doesn't even have to be true. Father, light attributes, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light with a tribal unit. Shadow attributes, dictatorial control, abuse of authority. So this one came up in the upright. So again, yeah, people see you as a good leader. I'm seeing that you might be a masculine energy. So yeah, they see you as a person who if you are a father, you are a very good father. They see you as a person who leads and helps those around you. I'm hearing that you do lead with compassion and you're very kind. If you have a business or you are a boss, you are a good boss. Your children really look up to you. If you're not actually a father, but you are a man, people see you as someone who could be a father or be a good father. Some people might look up to you as a father, as sort of like a second father figure to them. What else? Pile number 2. What do people think about you? People might also think that you're a go-getter, that you go after your goals. Yeah, I'm just hearing that people think that you make a very good leader. So if you're not a leader right now, people think that you make a good leader. You also got 2 of Wands in reverse. What else? The Devil in reverse. Page of Voices in reverse, which is the Page of Swords in reverse. Got the 4 of Emotions, which is the 4 of Cups. The Knight of Emotions, which is the Knight of Cups. The 8 of Emotions, which is the 8 of Wands. And the Knight of Voices, which is the Knight of Swords. So people see that you are going through something right now, something that could be challenging and hard for you. You're letting go of something that no longer serves you. Possibly a bad habit, as we mentioned before. Possibly you're just changing your life, you're getting healthier. Maybe you're letting go of a toxic relationship, something that wasn't good for you, that wasn't serving you, that maybe you were previously attached to or previously addicted to. You are now letting go, and people are seeing that you're moving through that. Because of this, people are seeing that you're in a sort of quieter, keep to yourself energy. Not seeing that as a bad thing, they're just seeing that maybe you're not speaking as much, or maybe you're just keeping to yourself in some way. That's for some of you. For others of you, you're very passionate about something and you are speaking about it a lot, but some people are sort of taking that the wrong way, and they're seeing you as sort of bringing on conflict in some way. Possibly it's both. Possibly sometimes you're just really quiet and you're keeping to yourself because of this thing that you're letting go and ending. And then at other times when you're really passionate about something and you're really into something, you are sharing it a lot. But some people are seeing that as presenting conflict. That doesn't mean it's true though. That just, people don't like change. So when we present a new idea, that even if it is very helpful and absolutely needed and our spirits and guides are like cheering us on for doing it, there's always going to be those people who are resisting change. So that could just be who's popping up right now. You have a very mixed energy. So I'm definitely getting that some people are seeing these things in positive light and some people are seeing these in a not so positive light. And I'm sure you guys will have an idea as to who's who. Yeah, so you're walking away from something that's not good for you anymore, possibly ending some kind of cycle. Because of this, you might be saying no to certain opportunities, or possibly you just have good boundaries because of these things you went through, because of these things you've had to let go of. You have now firmer boundaries and you're able to say no to things that you don't like anymore. And people see that you do set up those boundaries and do reject opportunities that aren't meant for you. People see you as someone who is possibly, and again, they might not see it as you doing shadow work, but they might see sort of the results of that shadow work, like you are doing it. So people are seeing that, oh, they're changing emotionally. They seem to be very good at handling their emotions. They seem to be more emotionally stable than what I knew in the past. So some people are also seeing that. What else? Pile number 2. Do people think about you? What else? Pile number 2. Pile 2. What do people think about pile 2? Okay, so we got music. So some people might see that you're a good musician or a good songwriter, or that you're a person that really likes music or has good taste in music. What else do people think about pile number 2? We have drink tea. So I'm getting from this that some people think that you're very calm, that you have a very calm energy to you, that you like to relax, that you know how to take care of yourself. Maybe you meditate and people see that and see how it helps you. I'm going to get one more from this deck. What do people think about pile 2? What do people think about pile 2? I'm getting that tribal feeling from you guys. So some of you guys, might be into that, might be into those shamanic rituals, as I mentioned before, or may have ancestors or people in your family line of Native descent, and that stuff has been passed down, so people see that. And we got clear your energy field. So people might see you as very spiritual, person who does rituals. People may see you as a person with very healed energy. So what I mentioned before about you walking away, you letting go of toxic things that no longer serve you, that could be past energy, and maybe you did that and you went through that, and now you do just have a very calm, healed energy about you, and people see that and feel that. They see that you don't take on negative energy, that you have very positive energy. Either that or people see that you are carrying a lot of burdens right now. So if you are going through what I mentioned before, that would make sense. You're carrying a lot of burdens and you're working on letting those go. So some people could see that. For some of you, people see you as a person who could use to relax a bit. But for the vast majority of you, I see that you are a very relaxed person. So I'm getting that because you're letting these things go, it's really becoming apparent in how people look at you. People are seeing you as a very healed energy because you are healing yourself, which makes perfect sense. Okay, I'm gonna get a final message for what do people think about you. What do people think about pile number 2? Ooh. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So yep, same message as before. You are doing some kind of shadow work and it is showing up to the people around you in your energy. So just the energy that you're bringing on is becoming more healed, it's becoming more light, you're letting things go. Yeah, you're letting things go that possibly your ancestors have held on to for generations. So maybe there's addictive patterns and unhealthy patterns that have been passed down generation to generation, and you're working on healing those, and it's showing up in your energy. And people are seeing that and feeling that. They might not know that like it's because of this, but they are definitely feeling it and seeing that there's some kind of change in you, even if they don't fully understand what that is and why that's happening. And we got Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. Yeah, people are seeing that you have a very high vibration, that you make them feel light and happy when they're around you. Yeah, all I'm hearing is that you make people feel good, and they don't really know why, but it's because your vibration is high. I'm hearing light worker, so your light helps other people feel light. And it's because you've done all this healing. I'm hearing that people think that you're someone who can heal others too, which, I mean, makes sense because we are getting these sort of shamanic tendencies here. So maybe you are meant to be some kind of shamanic healer, or you're meant to do Reiki, or you're meant to be in the healing profession in some way, or you are in the healing profession in some way, and people are seeing that you have a very healing energy to you. Yeah, I'm hearing that you've cleared or are clearing your baggage. So yeah, same message we keep getting. People are really noticing the changes that you are making in your own life, and they're inspired by it. And if they're not inspired and not the type of person who wants to go and change for themselves, then they are just feeling really good around you, and they're just seeing you as a sort of beacon of light for themselves. Oh, pile number 2, I almost forgot. We're going to take some charms to figure out who these people might be that are thinking about you right now. Who's thinking about pile 2 right now? Who's thinking about pile 2? Okay. So these could be one energy or they could be multiple energies, but I'm getting somebody who, okay, so I'm getting 2 energies. One is a very peaceful, very lighthearted, very kind feminine energy. They could also be psychic or into the psychic fields or into spirituality in some way. So that's one of the energies thinking about you. And then the other one is somebody who doesn't have your best interest at heart, who I heard stabbed you in your back, so somebody who possibly betrayed you in some way. Let's see if I can get a little bit more clarity on the second person. Who is the second person? Who is the second person? So I'm getting that the second person is female as well. And they might have bad luck or have sort of gone into some bad karma, or they might get bad karma for hurting you, I'm hearing. So this person will probably just be different for each one of you. Yeah, so someone female who has hurt you in some way is what I'm seeing. And then we're gonna get some letters. Who is thinking about pile number 2? Okay, so their name can start with any of these initials or have it in it, but we've got a Q, a C, a W or an M, a B and an S, and an I. So I'm hearing Sam, Bianca, Mike, Michaela, Cameron, Camilla, and any other names that come to mind or that you're thinking when you see this. Those are probably also accurate to you. So that's it now, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye! Hello there, pile number 3, and if you chose this ring, then this reading is for you. Pile 3. What do people think about you? Okay, we got Knight in reverse. So allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Okay, we're gonna get some more messages about that. Figure out who's saying that and who's thinking that. And we also got shapeshifter, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. So someone's seeing you as a person who fits in really well with other people, and if you don't like actually fit in, maybe you're just really good at putting on the mask of fitting in. People see you as somebody who sees the good in people, very optimistic, and you might see the good and bad in balance too, I'm hearing. So you see people for what they really are, you're good at seeing through people. People might see you as spiritual, being able to raise your vibration, working on stuff like that, or maybe you talk about things like that. Some people might see you as fake or wearing a mask. Again, this doesn't have to be true, it's just what some people think. Everyone's got haters. And some people see you as very flexible, being able to jump from one thing to the other and being able to do what it takes to be able to make it work. So some people think that your beliefs, whether they are spiritual, religious, or political, or even a certain cause that you're believing in right now, somebody thinks that that's not true, that you're sort of being naive and believing something that isn't true in some way. So maybe you're watching a YouTube videos of something and you're seeing it as a good cause, or maybe it's a conspiracy theory, or something that you're talking about and that you strongly believe in. People are thinking that you're sort of being naive to it, that you're following something that's not true, that you wish it was true, but it's not really true. Some people think that you're not being logical about something that you're doing or believing in. Again, the sky's the limit on this, so some examples could be believing in New Age spirituality. Some people don't believe in that, so they could think that when you're talking about chakras, they think that that's all hooey, and they don't believe in that. Some people could believe that, so you could be following a certain political party and you can be believing everything that they're saying, and some people could be saying, oh no, they're being so naive to believe that that's actually going to happen, that political party's no good. It could also be even like conspiracy, so you might think that the government has a certain plan or agenda, and there's somebody who thinks that again, that you're believing in that. Or maybe you support the government and what they're doing and you're trying to speak out and say, okay, these conspiracies aren't true, and somebody else is saying that you're being naive to not believe that the government is against you. So somebody believes that your beliefs are misguided. And they don't actually have to be misguided, this is just somebody's beliefs, and I'm sure you'll know who they are because I imagine they are quite vocal. It could also be a relationship, so you could be in a relationship with a person and somebody might think that relationship isn't healthy for you, and you're sort of eating up every word that they're saying, but they don't think that the person that you're with is being honest. We'll get more cards to figure out sort of more about this. Let's see, what do people think about you? Pile 3. We got Damsel. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. And Hermit. Seek solitude, focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. So I'm hearing some people think that you're quiet and shy, that you keep to yourself. I'm also hearing that naive, I'm hearing that you're naive again, that you're very optimistic, I'm hearing, but somebody's seeing this in sort of a negative light, that you're not seeing things clearly because you're so optimistic. Other people see this as very refreshing, that you're sort of the sunshine to their day, that you see things in such a bright way and they wish they can see things in a bright way too, or they're working on seeing things in a more bright way because of the way you look at things, you've inspired them. They see you as a person who keeps to themselves, so you're not always expending your energy out on other people. Maybe there's a creative project or something that you're doing that takes a lot of time to yourself, but they see you as someone who enjoys time to themselves. What else? Pile number 3. Pile number 3. What do people think about pile number 3? Okay, we got Mystic in reverse, and that's delusional rapport with the divine. Okay, so somebody believes that, so it's definitely your spiritual beliefs. Somebody does not think that your spiritual beliefs are to be believed. So whatever you're into spiritually or religious, somebody thinks that you're too attached to that, or that whatever you believe in is made up, and that you're, they don't believe in what you believe in, and they think that somebody might think that's a bit crazy, or it's just out of the box, or you're a little bit weird because of it. But yeah, somebody just doesn't buy what you believe in. That's okay, you know, they can have their own beliefs, but hopefully they're being kind about their own beliefs. But yeah, somebody just doesn't believe what you believe in. And obviously this is a spiritual community here, so I'm assuming that if you have spiritual beliefs that they're probably mostly in line with this community as well, so no judgment here. What else? Pile number 3. What do people think about pile number 3? What do people think about pile number 3? We got All That Glitters in reverse, and Thinker in reverse. Oof. Somebody really so I'm getting that they're probably not being kind about their thoughts. They probably are being vocal about it, but maybe not. Maybe someone just has really harsh judgments inside their own head. But yeah, someone's seeing that they think you're falling for something is basically what it is. They think that and it might be your spiritual beliefs, but they think that you're going after something that is silly to them. They just think oh my gosh, they're being so illogical. They don't use their head, they don't use their brain, and they're going after something that's basically imagination, and they just see you as a person who's going after something that's just not stable, not true. Obviously, again, I'm going to say, we're a spiritual community here. We believe in manifestation. We believe in things that some people don't, and that's unfortunate for them. And all I can say to this person who's thinking this way about you is that's their loss. If they don't believe they can create their own reality, if they don't believe that they can make a better lives for themselves, and that they can reconnect with spirit and feel better, there's nothing but happiness in the spiritual community as far as I'm concerned. And that's really unfortunate that they can't believe in that. You clearly are a positive person. You clearly are radiating this optimistic energy, and there could be some jealousy here that's underlying these thoughts. But yeah, this person just doesn't think that what you believe is real. Okay, what else? Can we get a different message? What else do people think about pile number 3? Pile number 3. What do people think about you? Pile number 3. Pile number 3. What do people think about you? Got hostilities in reverse. What do people think about you? Pile number 3. Direct value. So people might think that you are either wealthy or have a lot of money, or that you know how to create your own abundance. People might think that you are creating a life for yourself in some way that is going to bring you a lot of prosperity. They see you as a very abundant person. People think that you're a person who doesn't start conflicts. You're not very dramatic. You keep to yourself, and that might be a positive thing. So when drama starts to unfold and people start to talk and stuff, you might be a person who just takes a step back and walks away and says, I don't need to be a part of that. You might be also a person who doesn't like conflicts. When conflicts happen, you might either try to be a peacekeeper or just back away and try to escape from it because you don't like it. yeah, I'm just seeing a non-conflicting person, so just somebody who doesn't like fights. Yeah, some people might see this as a positive, as, oh my goodness, finally a person who's not dramatic, not going to be part of the drama. And then other people might see it as, oh my gosh, they're afraid of conflict. They can't handle it. Again, it's up to you to figure out what's true and what's not about you. These are just people's opinions, and they're always going to be mixed. People, when they tend to have these negative opinions about people, it's because of something in themselves. So they may not like the change that you're representing. So if you, for example, they're saying that you're a very optimistic person. So you're an optimistic person and they're a very negative person. When they see you, they might think, oh gosh, now I have to be more optimistic. And they don't like that. So their resistance to that change to being more optimistic might come across as them sort of hating on you. But for some of you, this might be just all in the person's head and they might not actually be showing this out loud. So it is what it is, and you can decide for yourself whether these people are worth being in your life. Okay, and then we're gonna get some tarot. Pile 3, what do people think about you? I'm also seeing, like, for the people who, so when we're talking about your beliefs, that someone thinks that you're believing in something that's not real, it could also be a creative project or something that you're going after. So someone might think that your career goals are not going to make you profit, and that you're sort of shooting for the stars, but you're going to fall, and that you should choose something more stable. Other people clearly think that you can make money off of this and whatever you're doing, because the door to value card did show up. So there are some people who believe that, yeah, you're going to make money, you're going somewhere, and other people are thinking, no, you're not. And maybe they just don't want to believe that you do, because that would mean that they have to put work into effort into creating their own life too, and that the safety net that they've created for themselves isn't needed. And that can be scary for some people. You also got the 7 of Inspiration, so that's the 7 of Wands. And get a couple more cards. You also got the Page of Emotions in reverse, and the 2 of Materials in reverse. So yeah, with the 7 of Wands, I'm definitely getting, like I said before, I said someone might be jealous. This is confirmation that somebody is jealous. They don't see the life that you're creating yourself as possible for them, and they don't like the idea of having to change. So that's why they're thinking this way. They're thinking, oh my gosh, this person's living such a blissful, fairy-like, like rainbow and sunshine life. Like, that's not real. I live in the real world. This person doesn't. That's probably their opinion of you. And that's too bad for them. I mean, if they want to live in a world where they're chained to doing the same thing every day and they're never going to change, then that sounds like, a pretty bad life to me. But, everybody gets to choose their own path. So good for them. So some people might see you as, again, I'm seeing this naivety energy. So again, people see you as childlike, naive, someone who, just goes after things and doesn't care, and believes that these things are going to work out, but they're not. That's an illusion, according to this person who's thinking this. Some people might also see you as a person who doubts themselves. So maybe you have really good ideas, but they see you as someone who holds back. Maybe you do hold back in some environments because people think this way. Which I don't blame you. I mean, some people don't actually deserve the things you're offering if this is how they're thinking. Some people think that you're immature. So maybe when you act passionate about something, or you're talking about something that means a lot to you, people think that you're being too dramatic about it, or you're acting like it's bigger than it is. So for example, maybe your person is really passionate about the environment, and you go, and when you talk to people, you're talking about, oh my gosh, we should all be recycling, we should all be taking care of the environment, we should donate to this cause, we should do this, we should do that. And people are thinking like, and then you're talking about like, sea creatures are dying in the oceans, and global warming, it's getting worse. The ozone layer is getting destroyed, and you're talking about these things, and maybe some people are sitting there thinking like, oh, that's over dramatic. Like that's not true. You're being over the top. Like, you're exaggerating this whole situation. It's no big deal. So yeah, there might be somebody who thinks that. Some people might see that you have like scattered priorities, or that they think your life is out of balance in some way. So maybe they think that you spend too much time on work, for example, and not enough time on your family and the people around you. Or maybe you spend too much time with your family and the people around you and not enough time building your life and going after your career. Somebody here thinks that you're not putting enough time into something that they believe you should be putting time into. Yeah, they see you as just very scattered, very not putting effort into the areas that they think you should be putting effort into. It's gonna be different for every person. I'm feeling like an energy of like a parent here. And that can just be for some of you, but like I'm definitely feeling like someone's parent saying like, you know, that typical thing, like basically like what you see on TV. You know, there's the kid who's like, I want to be an artist and I want to make money off my paintings, and the parent's like, no, you need to be a doctor. I'm getting that kind of vibe. So maybe somebody just not understanding what you're actually meant to do here on earth and trying to put their own beliefs on you and believing that you're putting your energy into something that you shouldn't be putting your energy into. Okay. Let's see, what else do people think about you, pile number 3? You got the Fool. Not shocked, I've been feeling this energy the entire time. I don't know why they want to repeat this message. Somebody really thinks that you're taking impulsive risks. So they think that you are going after things that aren't going to pay off, that when you see something that you want, you're going after it, but they think it's unrealistic. They just think that you're an unrealistic person, and that these things you're creating aren't gonna pay off. And that's unfortunate. I hope you prove them wrong, because it looks like you definitely have potential. So keep going after what you feel called to go after. Let's see, what else? What else do people think about pile number 3? These 7 emotions. They think that you have a lot of choices, but you haven't really quite made a decision yet. They think that, they might think that you're indecisive, that maybe you haven't set a career goal for yourself yet, and that is sort of the reason why they are concerned. So maybe you're a person who has hopped from job to job or from passion to passion. Maybe you really were into art at one time, and then you switched to, you know, wanting to help kids, and then you switched to, you know, working a job in retail as a side hustle while you work on your own business. Maybe you're a person who jumps careers a lot, or maybe you're a person who's been traveling and taking some time off and just taking side jobs while you do that. But yeah, I'm definitely getting someone thinks that you're unstable, that you haven't created the foundation that they wish you'd create for yourself. Really feels like a parent here, but it could be anybody. Let's see, could we get some different messages maybe? What do people think about pile number 3? Got the Tower in reverse and the World. So somebody thinks that you're stubborn and that you resist change. Somebody thinks that you are kind of headed for disaster, as I mentioned before. They think that things are going to fall apart on you, that it's not going to work out, whatever you're going after. Somebody really is pessimistic about your goals. That's unfortunate. Yeah, somebody thinks that you need to end something. Other people see you as a person who's not tied to anything, that you are a person who is adventurous, who goes after what they want and doesn't get tied down. You see you as someone who's very free. Some people want to be like this, I'm hearing. So there are people in your life who look up to you and think, wow, they're living such a free life. Like, I want to live a life like that. Yeah, some of you actually are traveling. That example is real for you. Obviously, I know a lot of people can't travel right now, so maybe you were traveling and then you had to stop, or maybe you found a way around that, I don't know. Or maybe your goals are to travel and you're sort of working on building something for yourself so that you can travel in the future. Let's see, what else? What do people think? I think we're done with this deck. Yeah, people think that you're very carefree, that you know how to have fun, that you're the life of the party. Some of you guys might be very young. Maybe you're in an exploratory stage in your life and you actually haven't figured out what you want to do yet. And there is sort of a parent looking at you like, oh my gosh, that's not the way I lived my life. That's confusing for me. I hope that they find a stable life because that's what I believe in. It might be very innocent. Like people only know what they've been experienced, and your parent or your person around you may have just simply experienced a very concrete step-by-step life, and they may have been raised that way. That might be even an ancestral cycle in your life that you're meant to break. Like this, everybody has to have a 9-to-5 very stable job, and your parent believed that and ate that up, and that's why they built their life the way it is. And now you're scaring them because you're changing your life in a different direction, and they were always told that that's impossible. We also have don't dim to fit in. So people see you as very unique. You're not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to share your light. You're not afraid to be different. Like, you don't need to be what people expect of you. You're okay with being an individual, and some people are seeing that as very positive. So just because there is somebody in here who doesn't see this as a good thing, there are people who are, and you are helping people by paving the way and saying, this life is possible. Look at me, I'm doing it. And other people are going to want to follow that. Let's see what else. Final message. What do people think about pile number 3? Final message. What do people think about pile number 3? Final message. Oh, all the way over. Yeah, people see that you are a leader, that you're paving the way to a new way of life, that the way you do things is inspirational. Yeah. People see you as a person who lights the way. You show people you don't have to live that way. Let's live this new way. Wow, I'm getting that some of you guys are just manifesting your own life and your own path, and you're doing things different than anybody in your family has ever done things, and it's going to be beautiful, and I really do hope it pays off. Some people definitely think that you're going to be successful from this, and that's amazing. Oh, I almost forgot pile 3 to do your time message. So pile 3. Ooh, I've been thinking these things about you. Okay, so I'm getting 2 energies. One energy is definitely feminine. I'm not sure which one of these energies it is, but one of these is a feminine energy. So there's a person here who is very lucky, attracts a lot of abundance to themselves, has good things come to them a lot. And then there's another person who tried to go after something that they wanted. It could be recently or a long time ago, and it didn't work out. It didn't pan the way they want. They could be somebody who's quite grumpy or just doesn't take much pleasure in life anymore. They don't really know how to have fun. Maybe they work a lot. Yeah, I'm seeing that as our 2 energies. And then for our letters, we have so these letters could be at the beginning of their names, for their last names, or could be just within their names. Use it how it resonates to you. So we have G, X, X, B, C, and E. I'm seeing that this could be somebody's ex for some of you guys. I'm hearing the names Gabe, Becca, Caleb, Gabby, Gabrielle, or Gabriel, any version of that name. I'm hearing that one of these people could be someone that you consider needy or depends on somebody else. Somebody here might be overdramatic, or you consider them to be overdramatic. Xavier, you have somebody you've left behind, somebody you no longer have contact with. Somebody who's not very free. They feel very stuck in the life that they're living. I heard Emma, Candace, Corey, Brandon, Grace, Brian, Lexi or Alexis. I heard the last name Campbell and Gable, Ed and Eddie, Gina, Okay, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed that message, pile number 3. Bye now.